welcome to my channel. My name is Martine, and if you are new here, I do videos on Vedic astrology mainly, but also with some tropical insights, and I focus on both relationship and natal astrology. And if you like this video and you would like to hear more content from me, please like, subscribe, hit the notifications bell to see when I will post a new video. And also, if you're interested in a personal consultation, I do consultations on a wide variety of topics. Please check out the video description. I will leave my contact information there. Thank you. So today's video is going to be in continuation with the Descendant through Signs description series. And finally, last but not least, I'm going to tackle the sign of Pisces. What happens when Pisces is on the 7th house of your natal chart, also called Pisces Descendant in tropical astrology terminology. Okay, and before I get into the video, again, as a small disclaimer, please bear in mind that this is a generalized characterization, and in order to get a really accurate description of what your partner archetype looks like, I do suggest that you also check out all the other videos that I have in my partner archetype in the natal chart playlist. Also, of course, you can consider getting a personal consultation. I do a consultation actually specifically on this topic, how to read the partner archetype or what kind of partner you attract based on your natal chart. Okay. That being said, okay, this is a general description, so it can be influenced by other things that are happening in your chart, so please bear that in mind. And as an introduction, I'm going to be looking at the general characteristics of your partner when you have Descendant in Pisces, personality, general interests, hobbies that they might have, what they need to be happy in a relationship, including what kind of gifts that might like, and potential careers and areas of interests that they might be into. And last but not least, physical appearance. What physical appearance they might have based on your Descendant in Pisces. Okay, so they are going to be introverted, sensitive, intuitive, empathetic, highly imaginative, and creative. They will love things like focusing on healing, all kinds of healing, especially using unconventional methods like homeopathy, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, homeopathy, ancient Chinese medicine, for instance, like acupuncture, pressure puncture, etc. They will also be interested in things like transcendental meditation, things like Kundalini awakening, so meditation, how to access the various levels of the conscious, subconscious mind, things like I mentioned before, Silva method, things like that, like programming the subconscious to heal yourself or to change your habits or to learn how to manifest. Of course, they will also be interested in anything to do with spirituality, including things like learning about the law of attraction and manifestation and all those things. They will also greatly enjoy music, and they will be highly sensitive to music especially, but also all kinds of subtleties in their environment. So this sign, more than any other sign, is actually going to be very sensitive, and they need a really stable partner, okay, that doesn't really rock the boat too much, that can be like a safe haven for them to come back when they're, out there wandering, either physically or mentally, because this sign actually can also make a person very fond of travel because it's a mutable sign. And in Vedic astrology, they are seen as, quite changeable, and they like to be, on the road a lot. Especially if you have Descendant in Revati, or if you have the Lord of the 7th house in Revati, they will definitely love traveling physically as well as spiritually. Unfortunately, they also have a strong tendency towards escapism, so you need to watch out for that, you as the partner, because they might have a tendency to dabble in, substance abuse, especially if especially if they're going through a rough time psychologically, because they have a tendency to shut down and not communicate their problems. So it will be up to you to be a very patient and sympathetic ear for them, to listen to their problems in a non-judgmental way and maybe guide them towards therapy if that is necessary. I'm throwing this out there not to say that, of course, any person with Pisces influence is going to have some kind of mental problems. That's not what I'm trying to say, but especially with them being so sensitive, they especially have this tendency to go astray, to not even know how to cope with their own sensitivity, if that makes sense, especially if there are other things going on in their charts that make them a highly empathetic, highly sensitive person. And more than any other sign, Pisces definitely has a tendency to get into substance abuse, okay? So that's something you need to watch out for. They will generally spend a good amount of time pondering the deeper meanings of life and the mysteries of the universe, okay? Einstein was a Pisces. So they will definitely enjoy things like, you can get them, Stephen Hawking books, stuff like that, about things like what is out there, about the universe, about, theories of how the human race came to be. All these things, like all the big philosophical topics, are also going to be things they're going to be interested in. And so definitely when it comes to professions, you can find them in all kinds of healing professions. Like I mentioned, it could be the medical field or also alternative fields of healing, things that have to do with like acupuncture, working with energy, Reiki. Also, of course, mental health, whether it's traditional medicine or whether it's alternative fields. So you can find them working in all kinds of things like to do with healing, nurses, etc. And also any kind of creative professions, because Pisces especially will have a hard time in a very rigid environment. So something like the corporate environment or stuff like that will be especially draining to them. They need to be able to flow naturally and, let their imagination and their intuition run freely so that they can create. So you're going to find them in all kinds of creative professions. Of course, you would have to look at more specialized placements to see exactly what kind of creative profession they might be in. But it suffice it to say that you're definitely going to find them in all kinds of fields. You can find them as musicians, photographers, etc. Okay. Or you can find them in professions that are more creative, but they're also technical, like web designer, for instance, stuff like that. Game designer, even writer of fiction, anything to do but of course you would have to look for more specific indicators to see which way the creativity goes. They could also do well as spiritual or religious teachers. Faith is also going to be a really important component in their existence. You might definitely see this, whether they are religious or not. They will tend to be very faith-based people, and when they hit a rough spot in life, they will tend to fall back on their strong inner faith. It's very unlikely that with a lot of Pisces energy, a person will be an atheist. And also, they could be working in any profession to do with substances, fluids as well. And also anything to do with the sea. Marine, anything. They need a partner that is pragmatic, that is down to earth, and can keep them grounded, like I said. So while allowing them enough freedom and breathing space for them to develop their creativity and their potential. And at the same time, be kind of like a gentle guide in helping them reach their potential. When it comes to gifts, of course, you could always take them to a vacation somewhere close to the sea or any natural water, but especially the sea. and give them gifts that encourage creativity. Even if this person maybe is not working in a creative field, they will need some kind of creative outlet. So things like a hobby course or a book or on some kind of a creative thing. Of course, you could just give them books or movies that are focused on romance and fantasy and idealistic themes. They will enjoy anything that helps them escape the mundane and enter a world of imagination, basically. They will like, flowing fabrics also and creative jewelry, especially for women. When it comes to the physical appearance that your spouse might have or your longtime romantic partner, you can expect them to be physically fleshy, and they will definitely have a tendency to be plump or to put on weight, especially since they will tend to be, well, again, you have to look for more specific placements, but they will tend to like sweets a lot. The face will be wide. Often the eyes have a dreamy expression and are going to be wide set. They will also tend to have full lips. The height is often above average. I mean, among their family, of course. All of this is within the limits of their genetic inheritance, of course. And that's pretty much it. Of course, for physical appearance, you would also have to look at Jupiter, Jupiter's placement by nakshatra, by aspects, by house placement, will help you determine in more detail what kind of physical appearance the spouse might have. And this is pretty much it. And once again, if you have enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, hit the notifications bell to see when I will post a new video. And also, if you're interested in a personal consultation, I do consultations on a wide variety of topics. Please check out the video description. I will leave my contact information there. Thank you.